James, we want to welcome you to Gospel Music Today.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be here.
We're going to go back a few decades and talk about some of James Marvell's history, and we want to find out what's going on with you today. But you were involved in a band in 1969 that had a major hit song, kept out of the #1 position by one of those one-hit wonder bands that nobody ever heard of again. But tell me that story.
Well, I tell you what, you mean kept out of the #1 position by the Beatles?
Those people.
Yeah. Well, yeah, how if you're in the top 10 in Billboard, Cashbox, and the Beatles beat you out, it's okay. I was a little bit upset about that, but yes, it was the group Mercy. And I was thankful to be a part of it. Jack Sigler Jr. wrote a beautiful song, and of course, through the years, it's even grown more. I've done other versions. I believe I've done, so many types of the song because it was a great song.
How did you get involved with the group Mercy?
Well, I was in Tampa, Florida, and it was the late 60s. The Beatles were coming on the scene. And I was in a local area there with a teenage group. So Jack Sigler Jr., who wrote the song and the founder of the group Mercy, he wanted to team up with half of my group, or for half in his group, and we got together. And of course we went in and recorded for Warner Brothers, and the song just took off. We did shows with Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. We were on the road with Tommy James and the Shondells, had appearances on the Mike Douglas show.
So many of those songs have had a long, long run, but they did not all have the option to do what you did with Love Can Make You Happy. And you've got a gospel version that you recorded several years ago. How did that come about?
Well, like I say, the song is so beautiful, and to me, God is love. So, I wanted to do one that, for, the same, didn't really change any of the words at all. If they listen, it's basically the same song.
Yeah.
But we, at that time in the 60s, we even had folks like mostly the Christian type family groups would come and see our show because of our image being more of a family image. So through the years, I said, I want to do that. I want to do a gospel version. And there was a magazine that was popular for 40 years in our industry. They were called Gospel Voice. And I took the song and recorded in '97, I believe. And it became a #1 hit in Gospel Voice.
Okay.
So there again, I'm thankful. I've been blessed with that particular song. It's not the only song I've recorded, folks. I know you and Gene have aired other recordings, but my gosh, this year, 2019, if I can date us, haven't changed a bit, right?
Well, let's not get into that.
Do I still look 16? No.
Oh yeah, sure. We'll go along with anything.
But anyways, this year, first man landing on the moon, Woodstock was popular. So many other. They say that this year is a year that changed everything musically. I believe you might have been in radio at that time yourself, from what I've read. And here we are again, and talking about Love Can Make You Happy in 2019. 50 years. This is a 50-year, I would say, celebration.
We're going to take a look at the video of the gospel version of Love Can Make You Happy. Give me a little bit about the background. Where did you record it? And it was restored by a friend of ours.
Roy Young.
Yeah.
Roy Young is a wonderful director. I believe you mentioned him on your program. He helped remaster and restore this to make it come out beautiful today. I recorded it, I filmed it a few years ago. And like I say, folks, I hope I haven't changed that much.
Well, we'll find out.
Okay.
Let's look at the video, Love Can Make You Happy.
Wake up in the morning with the sunshine in your eyes, and the smell of flowers blooming fills the air. Your mind is filled with the thoughts of a certain someone that you love. Your life is filled with joy when love is there. Love can make you happy if you find someone who cares to give a lifetime to you, and who has a love to share. If you think you found someone you'll love forevermore, then it's worth the price you'll have to pay. To have to hold important, but forever is the phrase that means the love you found is gonna stay. Love can make you happy if you find someone who cares to give a lifetime to you, and who has a love to share. Love can make you happy. 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 Love can make you happy.
That was great, and it's great that you've saved all this stuff, to
And now
remember
you
what's
folks,
happened.
You folks have brought it back.
Yeah.
Gospel music today.
After all these years, James Marvell is still on the road and still singing. Bring us up to date.
Up to date? Well, in 2011, to take you back just a hair, I did a version of Love Can Make You Happy. Here we go again with another version. And Bruce Elrod, owner of Cashbox magazine, he says he found out by studying the history of this big classic recording, even with my Days with Mercy, and now in 2011 I re-released another middle-of-the-road type version, and again it hit Cashbox magazine at number, I believe it was number 4, being the only time only 3 other artists has either come back in Billboard or Cashbox, the 2 major known historically throughout the years. And I came back with Love Can Make You Happy with that version. And Neil Sedaka had Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. He did it twice. Chubby Checker, which you might have a photo of Chubby and I. We were celebrating that not long ago. He did it with The Twist. And then another group, and myself being from the group that actually recorded it originally, came back again.
And you're singing and performing now with a name that people are going to recognize from country music.
One of the legends. This man, this guy is the country legend of country music, and he's had 30 Billboard hits. His name is Bobby G. Rice. People may remember songs he had You Lay So Easy on My Mind, a beautiful love song. We're doing shows that cater to the family more than the other way. That's the way I've felt to do it all my life. And Bobby himself has recorded his first gospel song called I'm Working for the Lord, and it's doing great. I think even as we speak, it's in the top 10 at Indie World. Indie World is a big charting folks out of Nashville, Tennessee, and they're international. So Bobby G. Rice and I are teaming up to do some great shows. We've sold out the ones we did here lately. And like I say, he's had 30 Billboard hits. So I'm honored that Bobby would join me again. We did shows in the 70s. He would join me again to do more in the future. It's almost like my life has started again. You ever think that, I mean, you don't, but you're not old enough, but when you go back to your childhood, you know, I think I'm going back to my childhood. So that's what's happening, I guess.
Well, that's good news. And James, it's always good to see you, and we want to thank you for being with us on Gospel Music today.
Thank you.